Well, this is what you do when you have a little extra track and you want to add a little bit of spice to the to the railroad. Hi guys, how y'all doing? And ladies out there that's in the hobby. This is Alan, RDA N scale, or Alan Strings and Things. We're still working on maybe doing that, but we kind of just haven't really kind of just played with that. But anyway, we're going to kind of spice this up just a little bit here. We're going to focus on, hang just a minute here, I'm going to pause. Okay, well, let's see here. Let us start first by starting up 1111 here, which has ESU lock sound in it. Okay. Let's see here. Give me just a second. And we got a little bit programmed in here that I got to go through my recalls here. And we just thought we'd let old 1111 idle up. I've got a video out, but we thought we'd put this new one. We thought we'd put this new one on, and we got 1111 hooked in with the hooked up with the excursions. We do have Kennefic down there on the end. We don't have quite enough siding here. Of course, we could probably fit it if maybe we went around over there where 5380 was at, sitting over there. We might be able to put all the excursions on there, but future area here, right here. You do see a EB1 circuit breaker. That's going to be going in pretty soon. That's a picture of my brother, and cool highway patrol badge, or patch, not badge, patch. Don't have a badge. It would be nice if I had a badge, but of course I couldn't use it, get in trouble. But anyway, I got the patch. But we kind of got the little deal going together there. That was my brother's job. That was he drove cement truck, and he drove cement truck long enough. He took out the new hires, and they learned real quick how to drive a cement truck. Going over some of the roughest roads that my brother could put them through. sometimes so jarring or whatever, and that they would almost knock them out of the cab. But anyway, we this area right here is future area that is going to be where my parking siding is at. Parking siding is going to be at, and I should say, well, siding and into my small rail yard that I'm going to put there. And I'm going to try to take it all the way to the end of where the door's at, if I can. And so, otherwise, this doesn't work too bad. And this has always served pretty good over here. And like I say, this is not a bad little area there. But we got almost all the excursions. We can put Kennefic in the other stall there and set her there. and put the whole excursion on, or in the siding. So, but for now we just didn't like that. And so, okay, with this running here, we're going to flip that switch right there, or that turnout right there, which is turnout 1, which is a number 4. Now we're going to hit or flip number 2, and we are going to hit recall. And we're going to start 5380, or attempt to. See if we get some horn and stuff like that from her first. There we go. Okay. How about we start her up? Now that's a Gevo. So she's gonna sound a little bit different. Kind of sound like an old grunting truck when she's running. Compared to 1111, she sounds like an old grunting truck. So let's let her go through her she might be to where she's idle down enough, maybe. Let's see if we got the light on. There's a light. And let's maybe we can in just a second here. Might have to hit the brake release. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can back her up. There we go. Now, as long as these cars don't derail on me, which I hope they don't, these auto racks they're on a pretty well straight course, so they shouldn't do nothing but go straight. Sometimes these microtrains auto racks don't do too bad, but sometimes all the or the couplers and that, they kind of tend to make sure they're still aligned pretty good, and they are, I think. Let's see here. Whoops, 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 whoops. Now, the reason that this did that, and that's kind of my fault. Kind of. What you see there is a Kato coupler. I haven't switched it over to microtrains. Microtrains would have kind of pushed up into the engine a little bit, and it would have negotiated a little bit better deal with the microtrains coupler on the engine. We're going to go into a little further here, and we're going to back her up. But you can see when I back her up, that coupler tends to, see, she wants to move over like that. And we're going to go into another segment here and see how that kind of shoves that wheel over a little bit there. We can't go too far, so we'll put 53 and we'll move her forward just a touch, get out the slack. We'll go into another one. Okay, we're going to another one. And we'll shut this bell off. And we're going to put 5380 here. We're going to put the parking brake on. And we're going to see if we can idle her up a little bit. That way you can hear it. That way you can hear it. And then she might also kick in that where her that whoop sound, and put that out, because the Gevos and the AC44s are known to have that on there. And so it sounds pretty good. Let's see if we can idle up without her moving on me. I don't know if she'll move or not. Hopefully she won't move. And I may have to shut down that 1111 because even though it's kind of nice to hear them together, to hear one or the other, it's kind of you gotta turn one or the other off. So let's see, we'll idle her down and we'll shut her down so we can hear the 5380 here. At 5380 sounds pretty cool. That Gevo just has a kind of a cool old kind of like an old chopper, kind of like a Harley chopper sound a little bit to me. And we can let's see, we'll get here on recalling again and go to it, because it's programmed at 3. Let's kick it up a little bit more here. Idle her up just a little bit more. Maybe we can get the whoop to come out of her here. The horn sounds really good on her. There she went. She just did it. About time I hit the horn. The compressor knew what I was doing the minute I hit the horn or whatever, and that I hit the horn and that kicked the compressor in because of the air to blow the horn, and so the compressor kicked in, and there she is. But here's the top of the Gevo, and also here's the top of the Powered by Our People, and they did a real good job on. They took the pinstripe all the way down to down the back. I don't know if I'll keep that red horn or not. I might change that out to the armor gray, maybe like that's on the 8444. I kind of like that, and I like the horns that are on the Gevo. But I don't know if I keep that or not. They do kind of look neat, but I kind of like that old style. There's a good set of horns on there, though. If this will focus, you can see, let's see, 2 going forward, looks like, on one side, and then a short and a pretty good sized horn, and then the big horn going toward the back. So it's got a good set of horns on there. And the Givo does as well. And the 8444, about the same as the AH. Let's see if we can hit that horn and get that compressor to kick in again. Let's see, let's kick her up. Let's kick her up and see if we can. There she goes. Now she's kicking in. There she goes. Hear that compressor sounding just like kind of like they do on the Amtraks. Whoop! Kind of giving that old whoop sound there. But we'll idle her back down. We'll idle her back down here a touch, and we'll set her back in the siding here. We'll set her back in the siding. We're going to let 53 after we release her brakes. Sorry on the camera movement here. Let's release her brakes. Okay. Let's move her forward here. She rolls pretty good. Don't have not too bad of a rollout with her. And like I say, she has a little bit of a silky jerk, just a little bit, not bad. In reverse, she does real good, and forward. And I'll roll her back here so you can see that. Could be the track too. Could be. I'm gonna roll her back in. Speed about speed step 3 or notch 3 here. I'll call it notch 3 or speed step 3. Reverse, she done seemed like to me she done really super good. We put just a little scooch of oil on the front where the bearings were, where they spun on these AC44s and on these Givos. They're a little bit different than how the 70 Aces are. So we kind of done that. I mean, like I say, they're kind of different. We didn't change anything. We lubed on the front, on the front and back of the shaft, and I think that kind of helped it. And then we put just a touch of get it out here in just a second here. We'll pause her right there. Okay, she's sitting there pretty good, looking good. We put a little bit of 106 labels, not 106, 10, hang on a second, let me get the oil. We put some labels 108 right here, synthetic oil, multi-purpose, lightweight. And, excuse me, we'll go into the next segment a little bit. And that, so like I say, this engine is running pretty to me, running pretty good. After I did just a little bit of, after doing just a little bit of a light on the front shafts, on the when you, and I'll kind of excuse me. When you buy an engine from Kato. This came from Kato, and it went through their Kobo shops. Just be aware that when you get like an AC, like the ES44 ACs, I mean ES44, and if it's got like the Gevo, if it's like the Gevo, it didn't look like to me that where the decoder was mounted in there, it didn't look like to me it was modified that much. But back here on the tail end, the light is basically glued. It had to be soldered, and it was glued here on the end here, right behind the speaker. And the speaker basically sets where you should be able to get in there and oil your shafts and stuff. It would be kind of hard unless you have some knowledge or you've installed these decoders in yourself, and you set it up to where you know that you can take something off, like a speaker or something like that, and you're not going to mess anything up. Not to say that I can't take something off, but it makes it a little harder to oil on this end of the engine, you know, where your shafts and stuff, because you got two on each side of where your spine spins, you know, where you spins your gears. You got on each side of that, you've got those two plastic deals that hold the two plastic pieces that hold all of that business together. And you got to be able to oil on this side and this side, just like you do up here on the front of the engine. Well, I was able to oil that on the front, and then put just a shot, just a touch, where the engine is. I don't put any where the commentator is, where you know, where that end is. I don't do that. I just put just a little drop here where the shaft comes out of the motor on this end, which is away from the commentator end. But on this end, like I say again, you pull this shell off. If you get one of these, or if you have one, maybe you have one and you haven't pulled it off yet, it's going to be kind of hard to get to where you can oil this end here or this end here. Even taking the screws out of the frame and spreading that to where you want to drop the trucks. You might be able to do that, but you're gonna have to move this light, or take this light off, and you're gonna have to lift the speaker off of the back. That's either right under the decoder or near the decoder. You're gonna have to do that to get in there to oil that. So it's kind of one of those things. It might be one of those things. Trying to say that in a one deal sentence here, that you have to send it into Kato for them to take care of it. Now, I'm assuming that the one that installs these decoders, Kelly, would, I guess, do that if it needs to be done. I don't know what the charge is to send it in to have it done, but if you have any knowledge of taking decoders or installing decoders and stuff like that, that sure helps. And some of you guys that do know how to install really super good, you might change these up yourself and make them even better than what it was done there at Kato. But anyway, it sounds good, and it runs pretty good. It definitely says on the back of the box you don't have to oil it for a while, or do anything for it for a while. But mine at first was running real good in reverse, but in forward it kind of had a little hesitant, so I went ahead and pulled the shell, gently pulled the shell, and lubed that just a little bit here on those two front shafts, and it seems to have improved that a little bit. So even though sometimes it says it may or may not need no oil, I sometimes think they need just a little bit, because the factory don't do enough. And I'd say when Kelly gets these, his main goal is put the decoder in, make sure it's wired up correctly, make sure it's programmed correctly, and that's probably about his what he does, and that's it. I guess he's also a repair person, so I mean, like I say, if it needs to be repaired, it probably can be repaired. But anyway, it's sounding pretty good. Sounds like a Gevo, and it kind of neat. I wouldn't mind getting another one of these UP to match the 5380 and run them in a pair. That compressor sounds pretty cool. It sounds like at times the engine isn't hardly running. It sounds like it's just barely going along, and then all of a sudden she'll kick back up again. So she kind of takes back off again. So, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. A little longer than what I was anticipating doing. I thought I was going to keep it at about 20 minutes, but it went over just a little bit. But hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed seeing the 530 or 5380. I mean, not 530, 5380, and the others here on the siding on the main. And we'll give a just a second here. We'll give a toot from 8444. Okay, now we'll give a toot. Give a toot here from 1111. And now one from, once we get there. Whoops! The old chair. She's old, she's seasoned, and she likes to make a bunch of noise, and I'd like to kick her sometimes, but we'll keep her because the old butt feels pretty good when she gets to sit in her. That sounds pretty cool. And that also kicks in that compressor. That's pretty cool too. That is neat. When that hit that old horn, that horn's a good sounding horn. That's kind of almost my favorite. And but no, this old chair, this is a good old chair. It's been around for a little bit, and it helps me stay here right close to the layout. Don't have to maybe reach a little this way, reach a little that way. But other than that, that's all we got to do. But sometimes she makes that little bit of noise or whatever and that, so she gets a little creepy and little whatever and that, and so we're going to shut down. I'm going to turn that off and shut down 5380. And that'll shut her completely down there when we flip the switch. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you truly did. Please give me some comments. Let me know what you think about this. And again, we thank you for watching, guys and you ladies out there. And again, tell me what you think. And tell me what you think about RDA N-Scale. And about the videos I'm doing. And videos I have posted in the past. If you want to do that, that'd be great. So, hey, give us a like, ring the bell, And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And we thank you again for watching. Hope you're having a great Friday. Our DAN scale, Alan, we'll see ya.